everybody, and welcome back to Focus on You. Usually with Phil and Oscar, but today I have a good friend that's filling in for him, Ransom Davenport.
What's up,
Thank you
people?
so much, Ransom.
My pleasure to be here.
Oh, good, man. That's awesome. That is awesome. And we have a great interview ahead of us today. We have none other than Donovan Rodriques. He is running for re-election on the Board of Education in the Englewood Public School District. And we are just so glad to have you on today, Donovan. How you doing?
I'm good. Thank you for having me.
Oh, it's great, man. Absolutely. Absolutely. So for those of you who are watching out of the Englewood School District, we want you to pay attention to this interview. This is the man for the job. But we're going to ask you just to tell us a little bit about yourself so that the public knows who you are.
Well, Phil, I'm a top-rated business and entertainment attorney in New York. I have over 18 years of legal experience, and I've been a resident of Englewood since 2014. I'm married. I have one child who is 8, and I'm very active in my community here in Englewood. I've been a member of the Englewood School Board for the past 2.5 years. I'm also chair of the negotiations committee for the school board. I'm also a member of the New Jersey School Boards Association Equity Council. I'm a member of the Englewood Rotary Club and chair of the club's Racial Justice and Equity Committee.
Wow, that's quite a bit of things you're a part of. How do you get all that done?
It's called time management.
Yeah, that's really something that a leader
and there's
should
an
have,
app.
Right?
There's an app for that too.
That's awesome, man. That is awesome. Ransom, you have a question?
Oh, sure. Yeah, man. It's my turn. Apologize. New guy on the block here. So, yeah, I heard that you mentioned family, that you have a son. I think you're married too.
Yes, I'm married. Yes.
Yeah. What's your wife's name? How many years, please?
I've been married for 10 years and we've been dating for 12 years. We still
12
date.
years. Okay. That's good. You keep it going, right? Happy wife, happy life is how the expression goes.
Absolutely. Yes.
Yeah. So you say you have an 8-year-old son?
Yes.
Hey, would you mind? What's his name?
His name is Liam. He's just started the 3rd grade. He's a very smart kid. He wants to be an aeronautical engineer or astrophysicist when he grows up. And you can ask him any questions about any of the planets or anything about outer space, and he can answer. He's also an avid Minecraft video game player. And now he's into country balls. So it's teaching him about all the countries in the world. Sorry, I'm still at work.
You're an important man. What do we expect?
Yes. And that's one of the reasons why I'm running for re-election, because I would like every child in Englewood to have the same opportunity or even better than my child is getting. Because my wife and I are professionals, and we grew up in Jamaica, where a country where education is emphasized and good quality education is emphasized. And as Black people of African descent living in America, we understand that the best way for us to get ahead and to succeed is through education.
Wow, that's awesome, man. So education has always been a priority for you.
Absolutely. I grew up very poor in Jamaica, starting out in Montego Bay and then moving to Kingston. And so from an early age, I was told that the only way to get out of the hood or the ghetto is go to school, do your homework, pay attention in class, and do very well academically. And it's kept me throughout my entire life. I have 4 degrees, and I'm an attorney. And it was not because of inheritance. It was just or inheriting money, but it was inheriting values, and the value that a good quality education brings. It changes lives, it saves lives, and not just your life, but your children and their children. So it's a generational thing.
That's nice. Because knowledge is power, right? And the more knowledge that we can acquire is the more tools that we are equipped with. So I really appreciate hearing that from you.
And knowledge is something they can't take away from you. Once you have it, you have it. And education is a tool that has been used historically to control people. So if you have that education, then it's harder to be controlled, because you can understand concepts, you can react and respond in appropriate ways, and you can achieve greater successes in whatever you decide to do in life, whether you decide to become a plumber, or an engineer, an electrician, or a doctor. Doesn't matter. As long as you have the basic educational foundation, you will succeed.
Awesome. So with this, with everything that you've shared, is this your passion? Is this per se your purpose that propels you to go into this? Because you have a lot going on. We can tell that you're already making a huge influence. Why step into this other realm, and why keep on doing it? What is that passion?
I feel it's my purpose. Honestly, when I first moved to Englewood, I pray every day, and I've always asked God to show me, or the universe to show me, my purpose. Why am I here in this world? Why am I in this city? Why am I in New York? Why am I in New Jersey? What is my main purpose? And I didn't feel just being an attorney was enough, or just being a father or a husband was my purpose. I wanted to do something that would impact the society, a greater number of people for generations. And I prayed on that. What is my purpose? And then the opportunity came up. Someone from the community approached me and said, the Englewood Public School District needs talented, dedicated, and qualified people like you to help form their policies. You should run. And at first I was like, nah, I'm not gonna, that's just too much. And then I prayed some more, and it just kept feeling, I felt really compelled. It just kept feeling like, this is a good idea. This is a good idea. Kept feeling better about it. Mm-hmm. And I feel it's my purpose. I now feel that this is what I need to do so that I can save generations of people from losing their homes to foreclosures, from going to prison because of the school to prison pipeline, from ending up homeless or jobless because they don't graduate with a proper education, or they haven't received the mental and the social and emotional and physical and economic support that they need in order to succeed academically. And I think I feel really good. I feel happy whenever I do something that impacts the students in this community.
I saw that you have a slogan, and I love your slogan, equity and excellence in education. Tell me a little bit more about why you chose that as a slogan.
So, well, I'm in a school district which is 99% Black and Hispanic. For a long time, the board consisted of people who didn't understand the basic needs of this community. We're talking about between 55 and 65% of our students are on free and reduced fee lunch, right? So we're talking about poverty or below poverty. Our children are failing. We have a very high failure rate, very low test scores, lower than New Jersey average and the lowest in Bergen County. And so equity is providing people with the right tools to help them succeed, right? That's what equity is, giving them the tools that will work for them. Whereas equality, on the other hand, is giving everybody the same tools, right? Everybody has, say, access to a laptop, right? Because right now in the district, we have a one-to-one distribution of laptops. So everybody has access to a laptop. That's equality. But what happens when the kids take their laptops home? Do they have access to the internet? Can they do research? Are they able to get onto Teams or Zoom and communicate with their teachers? That is equity. So some households like mine and many other parents that I know, they have broadband and very reliable internet speeds at home, but there are many other parents who don't. So equity would be to give a child a laptop, but also give them a Wi-Fi hotspot built into their laptops, which we have done. And so that's what I mean by equity. We treat people for who they are based on the resources they have and give them a little bit more so that they can be lifted up, so that they can reach that bar of excellence. And so why excellence? Well, because once we have equity, then we will have excellence. If we're providing the tools and the resources to help children who are depressed, suicidal, who don't speak English because they're coming from South America, if we give them the tools that help them to understand what's happening in their classroom, what's happening in their community, then we're building equity. And by building equity, we're creating excellence in academic performance.
That sounds excellent. I mean, I love hearing that you have that passion, but somebody might say to you, well, that's really unrealistic. How can that sounds like too perfect and it's really unattainable. What would you say to the person that's saying that or thinking that right now?
Well, first I would have them clarify what exactly is unattainable. Like what is it that we're trying to accomplish and why is it unattainable? That they would have to clarify that first. So I'll give you an example. If one says, well, so Tenafly is a neighboring town to Englewood, and it's a very affluent neighborhood. And I mean, the housing there is just super expensive. You can't even find property to buy. And they have a very, very good public school, right? So if one says, well, the children in Englewood, they're from poor families, they don't speak English very well, so they can't attain the same level of success as the people in Tenafly. Let's use that as an example. Then I would say that's rubbish, right? There's absolutely no reason why children who don't speak English very well, or they're from poverty, I mean, I don't even speak English very well, and I'm from poverty, and look at me, right? So it is attainable, once you provide them with the right tools, like proper dual language programs, streamlining the students from the day they come in to see how proficient they are in their own native language and what's their literacy rate in their own language, so that we can put them in the right dual language program that will benefit them, right? So that's one way of achieving that goal.
Awesome.
Well, now let's ask a personal question. We got all that stuff out of the way. I'm the guy who's going to be asking those questions today. So let's say on a non-official day, what would you or maybe your family be doing for some fun, for entertainment? How do you let off steam? Hobbies? Who's the man behind the suit?
I love to watch movies. The more explosions and gore, the merrier. I love horror movies and political thrillers. I'm also a filmmaker, so I watch a lot of TV shows and films, so that's something I enjoy. With my family, we go hiking, we go for walks, we go jogging. I run behind my kid while he's on his scooter. That's one way for me to get some exercise.
They keep you hopping, don't they?
Hmm?
They keep you hopping, don't they?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I've got a 9-year-old. Yeah.
We also like to entertain. We invite people over, not so much now because of the pandemic, but if you're vaccinated, please come for dinner. So both my wife and I were foodies, and we love to cook, and we love to entertain, and that's something we really enjoy. I just enjoy hanging out with my family, the three of us. We're very, very close. My wife was away for 6 days last week, and my son and I, we were going crazy because we missed her so much, and she was going crazy because she missed us so much. So we're very, very close, and we like traveling. It's been a very tough 2 years because of the pandemic, and I'm hoping that people will get themselves vaccinated, because the more of us who vaccinate and don't wait, the less likely other people who especially children who cannot be vaccinated yet, will contract COVID-19. But we have fun. I love to have fun, but movies is a thing. I listen to music as well, classical music, reggae, house music. Particularly when I work out, I listen to house music. And when I just want to chill, I listen to classical music and dancehall.
Okay. I'm getting a little bit better picture of what guy you really are. That's cool.
Thank you.
Very, very good.
So I was listening to what you were saying about that, and I sensed a little bit as far as you have an idea as how you see safety within the schools, because it's been a big conversation. We've been watching, if you've been watching television, a big conversation about, what safety should look like, especially in a pandemic. Voice to us what your thoughts are in that arena.
Well, we have a new superintendent, interim superintendent, an amazing guy, very knowledgeable. He's from humble beginnings like myself, so he knows how important it is to be healthy and to be safe and to be properly educated. And he's been doing a great job in the last few months that he's been in the district. And we're encouraging teachers to get vaccinated. We're encouraging all the students who can be vaccinated to get vaccinated. The administration has put in place safety measures to ensure that children are less likely to contract COVID at school, such as proper PPEs, hand washing, sanitizers. It's so far it's been working. I haven't heard of any instance since this fall reopening of any classroom that had to be shut down because of anyone contracting the virus.
Wow. So yeah, the school system is doing pretty well so far in that area. That's great to know. That is awesome to know. That's really good to know. I have another question. Give me one more second, Ransom. I got to ask this question. It's a burning question because I'm sure there's some parents or someone else that's looking out there that would love to know this. But what are some of the things that have been accomplished in your current term as a board member?
Yes, that's a very good question, Phil. And I will start by saying this. There are people in this community who are questioning even the very existence of our public school district because the grades have been so low and the performance has been so low for so long. I would like to say to you, look at the achievements that we've accomplished in the last 3 months under our new interim superintendent with the support of the current board. And you will see that things are developing pretty quickly, much more quickly than in the last 15 or 30 years towards academic excellence. And one of the things we have done is negotiating a contract with the teachers union that makes sense for the teachers and makes sense for the students. We've also increased the number of hours that teachers will provide tutoring for students. We have increased the number of hours that staff members will have meaningful, and this is very important, meaningful professional development. And anyone, I mean, I have to do professional development, even though I've been an attorney for so long.
Right.
You know, and as a school board member, I have to do that too. So professional development is key, and we have increased that and made it much more meaningful for our staff to take the training that they need. We have established a system that allows us now to partner with community organizations like the Donovans Family Center to provide the zone socially after school program that will help children with their social and emotional wellness. So that's something that we've put in place. We've increased the number of children who will have access to social and emotional wellness. We have programs in school where the administration, with our help and guidance, have hired new people and partnered with new organizations so that we can have better guidance counselors, more guidance counselors, social workers, which we only had 1 or 2. Now we have more social workers. And we have people who are working full-time to help our children with social and emotional wellness. Another area is summer programs. For the first time in a long time, we had a summer school program that was available to all the students in the district from K through 8. And it was very effective, and it was a hybrid model, but it was superb. We also now have a system in place where the district can have summer programs using third-party providers who are professionals who specialize in these types of programs, so that our kids can have continuing education and focus during the summertime, so that we narrow that achievement gap come the fall when everybody gets back to school.
That sounds incredible. And it sounded like a lot of work too.
I'm glad I'm not the superintendent, I can tell you. Yes, our administrators have been working tirelessly. The principals, the administrators, and the teachers, they have gone above and beyond, especially the last few months, to ensure that we were able to reopen and reopen safely.
That's great, man. Awesome.
Man, you're a hardworking man for these people. That's awesome. I mean, like the commitment. I mean, like you can tell, like when you're talking about it, there's passion coming through. It's not like you can tell when somebody goes through the motions. So I'm noticed about that. I just want to recognize that. You can really sense that.
That's you know what, that's very much the quality person that we're talking to today. This is Donovan Rodrigues. He is running for re-election for the Englewood Public School District. And as you can see today, we are interviewing him based on his goals, and just for you to see the kind of person that you have running and is on the board right now. A question came to my mind while we were having that conversation, Donovan, and the question was this: so what role does the Board of Education play in actually helping the school system?
So the board the board has one employee in the district, and that's the superintendent. And so the role of the board is to make policy, to oversee the budget, and also to hold the superintendent accountable. Right. So 3 things that the board does: we make policy for academic achievement, we oversee the school budget, and we hold our superintendent accountable. And that's it. So unfortunately, for many years in this district, the board hasn't been doing any of those 3 in a way that they should. But, you know, since I've been on the board, we've had some new people come on, and they have been doing tremendous amount of work to help the board itself to become more accountable, but also to hold the superintendent and the administration accountable.
And that's definitely needed. Accountability keeps people, you know, sitting upright. If you ask me, because sometimes, you know, sometimes you think you're going in the right direction, but if you don't have somebody that you're holding accountable to, you will make a lot of mistakes. And I appreciate the fact that you have a board, an effective board now. And I could see that if I lived in the district, I would see that as a reason to re-elect you as well, you know, because if there's been progression since you've been on the board, we need more of that. We need more of that. Wouldn't you say that, Ransom? I think that 100%. Yeah, 100%. We need 100% more of that. So that is definitely that's definitely something to talk about. So of course you've made some changes, you've seen some changes now, but why would you want to continue? What are some of your goals for the future of this?
So I want to continue because we need to finish the work that we've started. And we need to, and this work is academic achievement. We need academic excellence. We're on our way there. The programs and changes that have been made over the last few months, thanks to the hard work and insight of our interim superintendent, such as looking at the data, looking at our curriculum, what needs to be changed, looking at class schedules and see what needs to be changed, hiring more people, hiring the right people for departments such as dual language program and technology. So these, over the next few years, and beyond, if continue, will really show an increase in outcome, right? And so we need a board that moving forward is going to continue or to ensure that what we've started will continue. And I'm afraid that without me and without my other colleagues on the board, and hopefully the two more people who are going to become new board members, that we will continue this work.
And that's very important work. That's very important work. The children are the future of any society, right? And if we don't give them the right tools, the equity, as you call it, we don't give the equity, then we're putting our future in real danger. You know, I know that you have your own child, so I think, Ransom, do you have another question for?
Yeah. With that, with everything that you've talked about, if you could tell us just a couple of sentences, what is the legacy that you would want to leave behind? With what you're doing and everything that you're doing, if you just kind of sum it up, what would that legacy look like, please?
Is that a personal question or regarding the education and the, well, it's both.
I think it can be both. You could
choose.
It's
simple. It's simple. It's simple. I live in a community that I would like to leave behind a community that has wealth, a community that has peace, right? Englewood should be a place where anyone would want to live here and to raise a family. That's what the city of Englewood should be. And that's the legacy I would like to leave.
Awesome.
That is powerful. That is really awesome. And you know what? And only a leader can do that. Okay. A leader has a vision of the future and he knows where he wants to go. And that's why people like to follow leaders, because they have an idea where to go and what direction to take. Now we're running out of time. And, you know, this has been an awesome interview. And Ransom, you've been an awesome co-host, you know, and so I really am excited to see what happens next. I personally want to see Donovan on the board next season. So make sure you go out and vote for Donovan Rodriques. Column 3, I believe it is.
Column 3, November 2, vote for me. Yes.
Column 3, November 2, vote for Donovan Rodriques. Donovan, do you have any last words, any last comments you'd like to make before we go?
I just want to say I love the city of Englewood. It's my wife and I and my son, we are happy here. We would like to continue to live here, but I want when someone looks at our public school ranking, they can go, wow, this is amazing. This is an amazing town. It is an amazing town. But there's just this one thing that can be a deterrent, and it's our public schools. I would like to change that. And my colleagues on the board would like to change that. And most of the people in the administration and the staff, they would like to change that. And so vote for me November 3, November 2, column 3, so that we can continue continue to improve the academic outcome of all our children in Englewood.
Thank you so much for that, Donovan Rodriques, everyone, and we will see you in the voting booth November 2nd. All right, take care, everybody, and we will see you next week on Focus on You. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you then. Bye-bye.
And thanks for having me, Phil. And it's so nice meeting you, Ransom.
Nice meeting you, Donovan.
Absolutely. Great having you guys on, for sure. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.